Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today I'm very excited because we are starting a whole new series. This is Severance. This is season 1, episode 1. Look, I have no idea what this show is about. No idea what to expect. I know many of you have recommended it. I don't know. Maybe it's about a guy who gets fired and this is his severance package. Who knows?
Maybe that's it. But I've heard some things, but I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to start this series with y'all.
I know absolutely nothing about it other than it has come very, very highly recommended. So I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of you recommended it, so that means my expectations are kind of at middle to high.
Middle
To high.
Why would you
Not
say
middle to
that?
low. Not middle
I was
to
hoping
low.
you'd go, they're high to middle. They're right in the butter zone.
They're
Here.
about here's the ceiling
here,
of
not here so
expectations.
much.
We're like here's the middle, right? So we're somewhere in there for how good hopefully this is, because a lot of you said it's fantastic. So hopefully it lives up to that. Let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
With more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free. Unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company.
So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you.
Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
Who are you?
I like the shot. It's pretty cool.
Just laying on the desk in the
Now that would be a
Conference
table. That would be the conference room
oh,
table.
that does clarify.
Hi there. You on the table? I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey.
Click.
5 questions. Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
How do you feel about your car insurance?
Hey, open the door.
Padded room? That's not a good sign.
I'd be just thrilled to chat once we've run the survey. Shall we begin with question 1?
Soundproofed.
Open the door. Hey, let me out.
What is going on here? I'm intrigued.
Hey,
Just comes back all casual.
5 questions.
what do I get at the end?
Depends on your answers.
Ouch.
Well, that's one.
Okay,
Now, to start, who are you?
that's the first question.
First name will do.
She's not going to know.
I don't.
It's okay. Can't answer the question, feel free to say unknown. Question 2. In which U.S. state or territory were you born?
I don't know.
Unknown. Question 3. Please name any U.S. state that comes to mind.
I don't know. Delaware. What is this?
Delaware. Question 4. What is Mr. Egan's favorite breakfast?
I don't. That one makes no sense.
Right? Unknown. Final question. To the best of your memory, what is or was the color of your mother's eyes?
Doesn't know.
Okay, what's happening?
Unknown. So that's unknown, Delaware.
What the hell did you do to me?
That's a perfect score.
Perfect.
I'm as confused as she is.
I'm as confused as you are.
Oddly enough, I'm hooked. Are we getting like a before
He loves his job.
Let it all out, man. Have a good cry and go on in and
Okay, your typical just giant
What was that? 3
corporate building. Almost looks like one of the buildings over yonder there.
That's empty?
It's empty now, yeah.
Yeah, there's several of them over there waiting to get filled up.
Are you ready for Mr. Scout? Go ahead.
He's over
Starting to notice like everything with these kind of shots.
Yeah, the yellow and
A lot
green.
of it has to do with shapes and color.
Yeah. Oh.
At least that's what I'm picking up. I'm not saying that has any.
Oh, imagine having a wall like that in your house.
Just
every shot has
profile
been
shot of
very
Arnold.
aesthetic so far.
All right. These are cell phone, personal items, keys, etc. Changes out watch.
Puts the watch on a different hand, too.
Yeah.
See you this evening.
Yep. See you soon.
All right. So like this is where right here the meme is. Finally get to see it in action now.
What's the music?
He's going to find a hot tub.
John Cusack isn't in this one? Oh, I'll be in it.
Or in Quinn's case.
You got to do it. Oh,
Kareem.
his Kareem is like Nolan Ryan.
It's unblockable.
I want to know what the meaning is with that elevator.
You break their hand.
Couldn't block the Kareem.
It's been continuous. That's more
Yeah.
impressive.
You know, I should have been paying attention to what directions he was turning.
It's left, right. It's
because you'll
left, right.
remember.
Because then you could get a vibe of the layout.
Dude, it's been left, right. Pretty.
Has it?
Yeah.
Just wonder if you would go in a circle.
Nope.
Look at you trying to get a vibe of the layout. Mm-hmm. What are these?
What?
Apple IIe's or Commodores, actually.
Amiga.
Amiga.
It's quite the impressive workspace.
PD better not be out for the day because I'm about 0 seconds from wrapping the Tumwater file and he needs to process it.
I think he's out.
If he doesn't process today, they won't know until Tuesday of next week. It's typical Lumon bullshit.
Careful, guy.
Hi, kids. No PD?
We think he's sick.
Oh, no. Dylan's about to wrap Tumwater today.
Yeah, and if he doesn't see me finish, I might get passed over for Refiner of the Quarter and miss out on my goddamn waffle party.
Refiner.
These perks are so out of hand. When we process a file in the old days, they'd shake our hand and fill up the creamer.
I still don't buy they actually incentivized creamer.
They did. Back then, we were grateful for it.
We loved
That's
it.
dude.
We loved it. To put in an honest day's work and not get a children's breakfast in return.
Oh, uh-oh. Irv's got claws today.
Children's breakfast.
Hi, Mr. Milchek. Mark, could I have a word?
I like how they all had something different for the lean out there.
Yeah.
One stood up. Adam had a
Macrodata Refinement.
Sounds like Quinn's old job.
Yeah.
Last time you saw Miss Cobell, she was in her old office. Now she's in her new office. It's a completely different office.
What's this about?
She'd never say so, but I know a compliment about the office would just make her day.
Mark, come in. Shut the thing.
Nice office.
Ugh, it's horrid.
Yeah, the old one was better.
there she is.
Oh, you look awful. You look hungover. The board will be joining us remotely today. I have Mark S. at my desk.
Oh, hello. I assume this is about me acting as department chief today. I mean, I've subbed for PD before, so it shouldn't be...
PD is no longer with this company.
Oh, Petey's gone.
Got walked out.
Hardly knew ye.
I'm sorry, Mark. You guys were one of my favorite office friendships.
I mean, there should have been some notice of this. What happened?
We'd love to tell you, but unfortunately non-disclosure policy forbids.
Mark, would you place your key card on my desk.
Uh-oh.
You've been promoted to captain.
On you the freedom to serve here in the advanced role of Macrodata Refinement Department Chief. Congratulations.
Promoted.
Exact same card. I mean, I know it probably does something whatever different, but
Oh, a handshake is available upon request.
Very formal here.
Don't be sad.
I'm fine.
I know you and Petey were close. He was the only one who really appreciated your humor.
The input survey, isn't that a little weird?
Standard. Just start at 1A and continue by line based on her answers.
Well, what if I just talk to her?
Well, she deserves to have the information presented to her in the proper order, just as you had.
The trainee becomes agitated and demands to leave. Skip to page 19.
She has to ask 3 times for you to let her.
Right. Yes.
Oh, we're getting caught up?
Must be.
yeah.
Images,
Yep.
good.
She looks nice.
So is it older, or are they just using older technology because it's harder to crack?
I just love seeing you all come in like this. Go on ahead when you're ready.
Nobody is so
What is
weird.
going on?
like nobody is like
Unknown.
Oh, so they got like flow charts here for the where to go with each response.
Who are you?
Well, they just showed them.
I love when they do these catch-ups and pick right up, showing us their perspective.
Hi there, you on the table. I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey?
Who is that?
5 questions. Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
that's him.
Oh, right there.
right there.
there. Wow.
I'd be just thrilled to chat once we've run the survey. Shall we begin with question 1?
I'm not taking your survey. Open the door!
She's not supposed to do that.
Are you seeing this?
I'm watching.
Should I help?
You should not.
This is quite the test for him.
That's a perfect score. I think I know where a disconnect is coming from.
What?
Well, there was a preamble which I was supposed to read before the survey to lead into the questions, but I unfortunately skipped that, went straight into the survey.
Am I livestock?
I'm sorry?
Did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
It's the Matrix.
Grew a full human, gave you consciousness?
I don't know.
Did your nails?
She's AI.
No, you're not livestock. Good Lord. Your name is Helly. Helly R. Please.
What is going on?
Thank you for taking the welcome survey. I can sense that the questions made you feel afraid or disoriented. Well, the good news is you're at an orientation.
Crickets.
You see, you have been hired to a position on the severed floor of Lumon Industries.
The what floor?
I understand you're confused about the severance procedure.
As we all are.
Yeah.
Let's chat about something I bet you have heard of, the work-life balance.
Questions are so awkward.
Imagine yourself as a seesaw.
Oh, shit!
That locks from out there.
Let me out!
God.
Well, that's
Can
one.
we just take a beat, please?
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I busted open.
Dave. Shout out Dave LaGreca. Holy Ray.
Right back to his binder.
No, he is performing for the boss.
He's a professional.
I assume it's the boss.
Okay, my name's Mark.
Do it live.
A few years back, I woke up on this table in this room, and a disembodied voice asked me 19 times who I was. And when I realized I couldn't answer, I told that voice I would find him and kill him.
Good luck.
Did you kill the voice?
No, that voice's name was Petey, and he became my best friend.
Pretty bird.
He lost his head.
Life, like a seesaw.
Let me the f out of here.
Is that 2?
I don't know. It might be 3 because when she was banging on the door originally.
Ask me again.
What?
You've asked twice to be let go. Ask one more time.
I would like to leave the building now.
I understand you don't feel it's working out. While disappointed, I'd hate to keep you somewhere you're not happy. So let's get you out of here.
Out of here.
Herb.
You mapping this out in your head?
I am.
The departments are pretty spaced out, but it'll all fill in one day. They're planning an expansion.
And I'm what, part of that?
No, you're a replacement.
Replacement for who?
Petey.
Here's your stairwell, just past the bend.
You're not coming with me?
I'm not allowed to see.
Excuse me?
Well, once you leave, I just can't watch you leave.
Of course you can't.
I just threw a speaker at your head.
It was more of an intercom.
Technicalities, you know? Either way, slightly assaulted.
Another long white wall.
Whoa. That was not what...
That was not what was through the window.
Okay, see that reflection?
Yep, and
Did
then
you see what was behind her now?
That's different.
So that time it worked?
From our point of view, it looked like it did. Is she not seeing it for what it is?
Well, it has to do something with that elevator.
Are all these people dead?
Am I dead?
No.
Then why the fuck can't I leave?
Well, you did leave just now. Out into the stairwell, at least. You left, but you came back.
I did not.
You did. Come on.
Wait a minute, is that like how they get you? Well, you left, but you came back.
Look, I do sympathize. I've wanted to pummel Mark myself. And he is your department chief, so we'll both have to be strong. The good news is there's only one part left of your orientation, which Mark can't possibly derail.
Why is that?
Because it's a video. Welcome to Lumon, Helly.
Welcome to Lumon.
Lumen. That was
the size
strained.
That's the size of a GameCube.
What year has this show started? What year is this?
Have a seat.
Oh, that's never good. I've been told that a lot.
Have you now?
You don't say.
Come on in and have a seat. Oh, shut the door behind you.
Are you mad at me?
For the incompetence or the disobedience?
Well,
Yes!
Oh, Jesus.
oh, there you go.
She used to say that there was good news and bad news about hell. The good news is, hell is just the product of a morbid human imagination. The bad news is, whatever humans can imagine, they can usually create.
I don't know what that means.
A department like yours can go so good or so bad. You know what makes the difference? The people.
This... I love the reveals. They're not slow burns, really, per se.
Yeah.
But they are doing well enough to, like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and have a seat.
I'm making this video roughly 2 hours before it will be shown to me.
2 hours?
I have, of my own free accord, elected to undergo the procedure colloquially known as severance.
Here we go. All right.
For my perceptual chronologies to be surgically split, separating my memories between my work life and my personal life. I will be unable to access outside recollections whilst on Lumon's severed basement floor, nor retain work memories upon my ascent.
Okay, that explains the elevator.
I make these statements freely.
Okay. That's a wrap.
So if you quit, never go down that elevator again.
You'll never remember working there.
Yeah.
Got my answer for the elevator.
Yep.
There you go.
Jeez.
That explains that.
The eye flickering and everything.
How many corporations would love this right now?
We're sending Judith to the basement where you remembered.
So I'll never leave here.
You'll leave at 5. Well, actually, they stagger our exit, so 5:15. But it won't feel like it, not to this version of you anyway.
Do I have a family?
You'll never know.
Oh.
Not until you leave.
Well, every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
How does...
That's why he was crying in his car. Maybe like they're paid so well or they get something out of it that they keep doing it.
Oh, you saw a ghost.
And maybe we'll get the answers, but I guess what's going through my head right now is like, okay, he says that, but what drives you to go back?
Yeah.
Hello.
Come on.
So glad.
That's not very nice.
Well, dude, look
What just happened? Like, what if that
look
happened
at the
to you?
information she just took. Do you think
Could've just
you'd
said-
be all happy? Go
could've just said
like,
hello back.
Hey.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, well, here's the exit.
All right, let's see how
He
this
goes
works.
back to his normal life. Maybe.
No.
5:25, he leaves.
This
seems different.
It's the
Gonna see if
same.
his watch is matched up. See if there was any sort of weird time.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Does time pass differently in that building?
I don't think so.
Turn around, cross count boxes and room change the time.
Ah.
Blow to the
To Pip's bar.
Gift card.
Yeah, it's not like he would know until he looked into a mirror or did that.
It's a VIP access card.
Dude, this is such a wild concept already.
I don't know what the concept is.
Well, right now the concept is, right? I'll wait to the review because I don't want to be talking over.
Great.
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got your work-life balance. The work you knows nothing about free time you.
Yeah, that's the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Jersey.
This bridge gives me Minnesota vibes.
Baird Creek.
Oh, having a Steve Weiser.
So he doesn't have a family.
He's got a fish. 2 of them.
Just waiting for him to do the old, milk right out of the bottle. That's what the single guys do when they go back to their apartments.
No, I know, Mrs. Selvig. It's just, it was in my space again.
Ha! The trash.
Tonight's recycling. Yeah, it is weird, but that's how they do it. And with both yours, there's no room for... Uh-huh.
All right, so he stays home and drinks. No social life?
Well, he's a Pip's VIP. Why isn't he there?
Hey.
Hey.
Did you forget?
He may have.
Oh, yeah, should. Sorry.
That's fine. Do you want to put on pants and I'll
I'm wearing pants.
meet with those are not pants.
So, if there's no dinner, how is it dinner?
Also, I know we're nearing the anniversary, so I just thought maybe you'd want to be around people.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
This is nice. When did you get it?
From work. I apologize.
Oh, they apologized, thank God. Did they happen to tack an explanation onto that apology?
Got a gift card.
Oh,
wow.
That's a nice house.
Got quite the nice house. Kind of reminds me of the Twilight House. that Dr.
There's
Cullen
our
had.
captive. Hi, Rick. Rickon, come on, it's Rickon. Ugh, you, sir, look at peace.
God, what a...
What a lot of people overlook, I think, is that life is not food.
Right.
You've got life, this complex quality of sentience, and
All right, I'm already bored.
Sorry, Mark and my dad used to have whiskey as life carved on flask.
True.
It was low-hanging fruit.
He did. He was a misdiagnosed alcoholic.
Oh,
Mark is a Lumon man now.
right? Really?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Do you design the medicines?
No.
Yeah, I thought Lumon was more on the tech side of things.
They began in the 1800s.
Really?
Topical salves, right?
What don't they make?
Yes, I'm in the corporate arc.
It is like 3M.
So you know all the dirty secrets.
Really? Well, Mark's work is sensitive enough as to require the severance procedure.
Okay.
So they know.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, wow. Everybody got quiet
Yeah.
and serious.
So he can't know what he's working on outside of work.
It's also, I think, something that's his choice to tell people or not, right, Rickon?
Oh my God.
No,
Oh, God.
no,
Mark, please forgive me.
it's okay. I
I
don't care.
apologize.
No, I think it's fascinating. I mean, I wish I could do it. I just always be thinking about, the other one.
Well, there is no other one. It's me. I do the job.
I just don't grasp the visceral element. What does it feel like?
You don't feel anything.
Well, it's simple. One's memories are bifurcated, so when you're not at work, you have no recollection of what it is you do there. Did I get that right, Mark?
Bifurcated.
Walk in at 9 a.m. and then suddenly it's 5 and you're leaving.
Well, they stagger us a little.
So then, conversely, when you're at work, you can't access outside memories. So in effect, that version of you is trapped there.
Well,
I mean, not trapped, but...
But what? No, I'm curious. What were you going to say? But not trapped, but what? What were you going to say?
Okay, I think we may be missing the point here. The point is that Mark made a decision, and that decision was controversial, ethically, socially, morally, scientifically.
Oh, okay, so we're
Well, we're at the point where traditionally I would say something like dig in. But I must say, I do think that the lack of food has allowed us to already do so on a much deeper level.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. I was saying my friend in Lima hasn't had a food-based dinner even in...
Did you guys notice how they had that tense of a conversation and no yelling? It was all...
Hey, how's the good doctor therapy man with that weird little mustache? You're not going.
Well, the work things helped.
I'm proud of you for taking that job. I really am. And I think she would have been too. I know she would have been. I just feel like forgetting about her for 8 hours a day isn't the same thing as healing.
Here we go. Now we're getting hit with it.
You want to crash here since you're already here?
No.
Why?
Your house smells like pregnancy.
Yeah, I'm just not grasping the visceral element of it. You're definitely staying here tonight.
No, I'm not.
I'm making all the bed sheets.
Number 6.
But number 1 in your heart.
Oh,
the right out of
he's going to be behind the fridge when he closed it. Oh.
What the hell was that?
Somebody out there behind them
Yeah,
trees.
you can see.
Who's that guy now?
Is that Petey?
I think that was a hallucination.
No, that dude was
when
right
it
there.
drove by, did you hear a
Yeah, the
couple
footsteps. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, the house was right. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
how long you been up?
Oh, wow. There's a businessman yard last night.
A businessman.
Yeah.
Entry level or management?
Serious.
There was seriously a man in my yard last night.
Yeah.
So she's saying my yard.
Well, there's a bar down the hill. It's probably just a stumbler. Speaking of which, you still smell like a distillery.
I'm sorry. I just had to drown out the memory of Mom and Dad switching out my beds when we were kids.
Oh, you've been sitting on that one.
Been sitting on that one. Is she referencing he's been sitting on old memories or?
No, sitting on that joke.
Waiting on that joke, I think.
Waiting for
I think you're
proper
hurting your
time.
brain.
Yeah, look at it. It's hurting. VIP.
Recycling was last night, Mrs. Selvig. Tonight's garbage, and you keep putting your bin on my side.
Constantly have the same conversation.
Yep. Never
You know,
gets
I
worked
actually
up.
can't talk right now. I'm out at dinner. No, by myself. Pips, bar and grill. Excuse me. Well,
hey.
There he is.
There he is.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner? Sorry, you don't get that reference.
Are you following me?
Your voice is different here. Worse.
Okay, who the fuck are you?
Petey.
Ah,
Petey.
Well, that's not plausible. Everyone in my department is...
Severed. I was.
Okay, well, severance is pretty permanent.
Yeah, bypassing the implant wasn't easy. I had help.
Oh.
Oh, an implant. Oh, now we're getting a little more info.
So, what, you were unhappy at work, and instead of lodging a complaint, you...
No, I tried that first. So did you.
Oh.
Ah.
You've unsevered, and now you, think they're after you or something?
They being Grainer, who's probably out here right now. Nothing down there is what they say. If something happens to me, the things I know need to stay known. I'd prefer it be by a friend.
So, we're friends?
You're my very good friend.
Oh, here we go.
Mark, Sorry about the card. I had to grab something and I know it's not appropriate. Though I'm sure you'd be a really f***ing awesome niece. What kind of men we were on the outside. What choices we had made. And why. I used to think it would take a monster to put someone in a place like that office.
Oh boy.
Especially if the person was himself.
Put yourself
But we're not monsters,
in
Mark.
there?
Not real ones.
Saw Helly read the card.
If you don't want to know what's going on down there, I won't force it. But if you do, there's an address on the back of this card. Go alone, and you'll find the beginning of a very long answer.
Can't blame the guy for wanting answers.
Well, he seemed pretty content with.
Mark, is that you?
Hi, Mrs. Selvig.
How was dinner?
Fine. Just, tired.
You know, my mother was a Catholic. She used to say it takes the saints 8 hours to bless a sleeping child. I hope you aren't rushing the saints.
I'll give them ample time tonight. Good night, Mrs. Selvig.
Mark?
Hey!
You're good people.
Holy shit.
What a reveal.
Wait, what?
Because they don't know anything about what they do down there.
No. Or who, nothing. Zero. Zilch.
Well. And so the plot thickens.
But does she know?
Changing her facial expression there a little bit.
Oh, look at that. Directed by Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Ben Stiller. Okay,
that's why-
created by Dan.
And he's an executive producer.
Producer. What was... Oh, okay, so Adam had a producer
And
too.
Patricia.
And Patricia. Damn. I don't want to look up anything because I feel like we'll get spoiled if we look up stuff. So, folks, we'll have to kind of depend on you. I thought Ben Stiller created it, but that's not the case.
He might have had like a hand in just getting it pushed.
You guys see
through.
Christopher Walken in the credits there?
I did see the trailer. I won't spoil it for you.
Well, I saw his name in the credits.
Okay, so then
He's in there, yeah.
Like when we saw Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
They
like,
didn't.
look.
What? What'd you
back.
guys see? What'd you guys see?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, this one makes
there you go.
This one makes you think because
yeah.
What I was trying to say to you, Dave, is like think about the craziness of this. Like you go into a corporate world, probably their wet dream scenario of
protect all their secrets.
we're
one.
protecting everything. We're gonna wipe you, so that way you are 100% dedicated to the work that has to be done here from 9 to 5, and then as soon as that time bell hits, whatever you get to go, boom, you can do whatever the hell you want and not remember a damn thing you did here at work.
It's like 6 o'clock. The news. Who's responsible for this oil spill? Man, I'm glad I don't work at some place like that.
Glad it wasn't me. Yep.
I mean,
You're the one that accidentally hit the button.
Well, and like you said,
Just deep.
to your point, Dave, about, you could see some kind of devious company loving this because not only do you not know what you're working on, say
Looking at
something
you,
is
Google and Apple.
highly sensitive, you wouldn't know enough to complain about what you do. You'd be just happy as can be because the you that checks out doesn't know how much the you that works might hate your job and not want to be there.
Yeah, and look,
And he was crying in his car before he had to go in.
exactly like
But maybe that was the anniversary, though.
Yes.
it might have been.
So
there could have been that correlation to it. But then also with the accident, look what they did. He got hurt on the job.
Yep.
Totally.
And then
said something.
when he gets severed,
Yep.
oh hey, you had an accident today. This is what happened.
Here's a little card for you.
Here's your gift.
Here's a $5 fucking gift card
Yeah,
for you,
well,
probably.
Yeah, it was an interesting first episode here. How the first 30 minutes or so, we have no idea what's going on. The way the characters act in here, it's very deadpan, very lacking of any kind of emotion. The dinner party was really kind of the most, I guess, highs and lows that we really got out of anybody, but otherwise everyone's very deadpan in the way they talk. And it was, not until we hit that probably 40-ish minute mark, maybe 35, where we started getting some answers as to what was going on. So I don't even know how in the hell would you, because I didn't even see the trailer for this, the show's trailer when they're trying to intrigue you to get you to watch. What do you even show somebody? You show the split of what you remember and what you don't. Either way, it's incredibly original and fascinating. So what the hell else can you say about the first episode? He didn't get a whole lot other than Petey knows that they were unhappy while they were in there, and he's trying to bring some of that life
and bypass
from inside
to
the outside and bypass whatever implants they give him.
Well, I just love the concept of, moving that, but like his sister told him, 8 hours of forgetting her is not going to help you heal, because like we saw, he's not going to a therapist to seek help, because it has to be his late wife that he's still trying to cope with losing her. And like, how do you do that? Like we heard, he was a history professor. Now they made light jokes while it was World War II or one, I should say, mainly, but still he was a professor, and so that means he got a nice job. It's like he wasn't able to even keep doing his career that he had to switch. He had a pivot 2 years ago, as it sounds like, to working in the Severance, where you get, you don't remember 8 hours of your day. Like you said, you're staggered. He comes in at 9:15, leaves, or probably at 9:25, because he left at 5:25. I'm just assuming they're straight 8 hours. They don't have a lunch break.
Escape.
But it's just an interesting concept that like you forget everything. And like, I love that they introduce us with this episode where Helly is like, no, this isn't what I want. This is not what I want. But yet they show her the video like, I'm doing this of my own accord. I wholeheartedly accept this, and that it's irreversible, and I'm not, there was another word they threw in there, like they're not liable or whatever. So like, and another thing, how is this even legal is another thing that they do the Severance
that's
program.
what they talked about at the dinner table.
But that's why that's why they read the note card saying that of their own free will. So I'm just interested in how Healy's character is gonna, move on from this, because now the other three, gentlemen in the office, they've been there a while. Him 2 years. I'm sure we'll find out the other two. Well, it seemed like Irv has been there a lot longer than them, but they know. And like he said, I tried doing the same thing when I started. So now with her, we get to see her like go through everything that's going to entail from starting at this company. So yeah, this is very
well. It's interesting too the way everybody moves in this movie when they're on the job. Like even the way, because you had it back at the beginning, Dave, when they credited the actress named as Florence, the way she hung up the phone when he came in, and just the way their movements are, the way she slid the CD over, like everything is almost very robotic, and the way they talk and the way they move, it's almost not human the way they operate. So I'm with you. I'm intrigued to see how this
become
out.
more robotic.
So with that elevator, then
you saw a little with something happen with his face. You run that by
his eyes,
frame by frame.
Yeah, his hair gets a little like pulled back.
Well, then I love too when he's in the office with Cobell, and she's like,
you see the side, see the back sides walls. It's those
like, "You look
two lines,
hungover."
two lines on each side of his face in the back of the elevator.
Yeah, they kind of
warp in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that bell triggers that implant.
Clear.
And then
it's like stirring a teacup.
Like it's like frequencies, right? If on this frequency of the bell, their personal memories and everything are gone. When the frequency hits again, it gets triggered back, and now the work memories are gone. So I'm hoping they dive more into like how they built that process to work and give us like I would appreciate a very deep backstory on it.
Well, they showed the ID swap is interesting because obviously when he goes in and he grabs his new ID, there's no name on it or anything.
It's just blue.
And so he comes out and all he knows is he's got a blue ID that he's putting in his locker. The swapping of the watch I found to be interesting because I don't know.
It was the same time. I know you're asking about that. It was the same.
So it was the same time, but I'm just curious as to they didn't want him to
have anything personal.
I don't know. Yeah, anything.
He couldn't
anything
have his keys,
personal.
his IDs, his wallet.
But
does that trigger?
Yeah,
would that trigger
the wallet makes sense,
memory?
But I mean, I suppose it could be a memory trigger. But I'm just talking about something that, would have his name or birth date or where he's from or something like that on it. But yeah, really interesting concept. And I'm guessing, I'm looking at it kind of along the lines of what, Mason Quinn had been talking about, like, hey, company gets to have you come in, work all day, and then when you leave, they wipe your memory. Don't have to worry about you spilling any secrets. Don't have to worry about anything. But a very interesting first episode, a very slow burn. It's interesting because they give you a little bit enough of the plot maybe to to hook you, but certainly not enough to have you completely understand everything that's going on.
Which is part of the hook.
Which is absolutely part of the hook. So this has been a fun one, but I'm like, it's one of those shows where it's like, I mean, what's happening here?
Yeah.
What if?
Well, and the thing too is nobody really knew exactly what the company did when they were at the dinner party. And nobody, hey, are they in pharmaceuticals? I thought they were in this. Or
I
thought
heard
they
they're
were
in
that.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting too. So obviously a company that's like that, that's like into so many different areas, would love it if their employees could spill.
And we don't even know what they do. I mean, judging by those, those ancient computers, they just saw numbers taking them, and
it looked like they were trying to break the code on Call of Duty.
Well, it's interesting that they had those. It's interesting that they had those computers, and I'm guessing that looks like. I mean,
no internet.
Yeah, there would be no internet. There'd be no. But I suppose you could still take the functionality of a modern day computer and just have it not connected to the internet. That's kind of what I find interesting when they have shows like this that have computers like that. It's like, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but even if you took a modern day laptop or PC and you just didn't have access to the internet, would it be some sort of security?
Yeah. Well, I think it gives you a weird kind of vibe because you're not used to seeing that. So that, along with all the shots they did of the very particular shots of the office that they were showing, from the overhead to the one where he's walking past the stairwell with
Super
the
long
computers,
hallways
it's to kind of jar you, like, oh, that's different. Why would they have that? I think that's the purpose of the TV, the old school TV on the cart, like that was nap time in elementary school, and that thing rolled.
No, yeah.
And it's interesting they use it here as well.
Well, and I imagine with the shots that they did here, like you said, Dave, aesthetically are really cool, I think, and I have to bet that the DP probably had a ton of fun on set with trying to do all this. So I'm just curious. Again, it has me hooked because I'm thinking, like, how are you not like totally? I guess my brain is looking for more answers. I know they gave us the big one for the elevator severed. Folks, civilians outside of this place, they know about the procedure.
Yep.
Which the husband did a really good job of giving us
basically
like
everything that's wrong morally,
scientifically, ethically, etc. That it's obviously and controversial.
But I stand behind you.
I stand behind you. His delivery is interesting.
Same as Rickon.
But I do again want to kind of bring up the dinner table conversation there. You could tell it was starting to kind of build up, especially of course when Mark
was starting to hit back.
Tell me what you were going to say there.
Yeah.
All of them stayed calm and they gave each other time as adults to get out what they needed to get out before someone said something, which is interesting, especially in today's world where it's immediate cutoff. You don't like my opinion, well, fuck you, or they don't even let you finish anything for an understanding. Here, it felt like each person, even though the one lady, she was really throwing out some interesting stuff, and even his sister was like kind of picking on it a little bit. But even then, some things weren't being understood. But it was just like, what? The way that whole thing was between everyone in their conversation, I thought was really intriguing compared to what you would see. Most likely, you're used to just someone cutting you off and then not letting you finish, or them trying to finish your words for you. So I'm sure it's never happened here or anywhere out there ever.
We're gonna get Severance put into the studio.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Probably gonna. I'm sure your wife would love it. Andrew's coming home.
The new version. Well, it's interesting too because from the computers to the aesthetics to the way people talk, it feels different than where we are now. It doesn't feel like our world necessarily, but it is enough to be, it's like, okay, this is Earth, modern day, whatever, but it doesn't feel like that. And I like how everything is just jarring enough to where it feels off. Just everything kind of feels off.
Because I figured we were in this time frame, this, and when you mentioned it right away and asked for it, like what time and where are we?
Well,
I think that's smart to do because like
cars.
even Seth Milchick's like his style, like it looks like it's not like a modern style.
He looks like Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon is what he looks
But
like.
yeah, that's true.
You can tell like right away, like it looks 80s from the computers, short sleeved broadcloth button ups with a tie was very much like a late 70s or 80s type thing, So
And we weren't sure till he was at Pips and he saw the nice modern day.
Yeah, because he had his cell phone in his locker.
Rickon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the character name, Rickon.
Yeah, I said Rickon before.
Well, I couldn't
You weren't
remember.
listening.
Yep, I was not.
Listening to talk, not listening to
Yeah, I was I blacked you out. I was severed. With her being the neighbor too.
That was wild.
I thought that was actually pretty interesting because the smile, like we were saying there, does that smile mean I know what's going on, Harmony?
Well,
do I know what's going on, like with everything? But I'm also playing. I can't be the boss next to you because that might trigger some. I'm wondering if a lot of this will trigger some memories and there's like some defects.
It makes
and that's
you
why
wonder.
They protect as much as they could.
Well,
they
because
can.
we use subtitles, it did say that Mr. Milchek was the one that gave the note cards and stuff to Helly upstairs before she had everything done. So then, well, I mean, that still doesn't mean that. Oh man,
I know.
It's on the outside, but I'm just saying he's doing it to the actual person, and then is also going to be working with her down below. Like
it just seems like Patricia Arquette's character, who, by the way, I had no idea who that was until I saw the credits. You guys popped for it. I didn't know that was Patricia Arquette. I love a bunch of stuff she's done in the past, but I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her recently. I didn't recognize her because I haven't seen her since like True Romance, probably back in '93.
Do you think it might be
But it's weird that she seems to know what's going on by that smile.
I feel like, and I might be way, way out in left field here. Remember in Shutter Island where everything was a work around one guy?
For Leo.
Everything was a work for Leo. And they were all involved in different, whatever. And I'm like, even the redhead that they were interviewing first, now I'm looking back thinking like, okay, was she the next Severance? Because they showed the interview, right? Of her being like,
Yep.
And is she the next person that is going to show up, have everything wiped, whatever?
Well, right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering would she be you know what I'm saying? Like
a plant for her?
Like I'm thinking Shutter Island, where everybody around Leo's character.
You're wondering if she's going to be the lead.
I'm wondering if she's playing some sort of role, and they have him thinking he's doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like there was enough interesting
You're trying
stuff
to think
here.
fourth dimensionally.
Yeah, it's like Shutter Island.
Yeah, well, he definitely doesn't know what's going on outside of work. So, like, the implant's definitely real. The split is
works.
real. They talked about it at the dinner table. They could go a million different directions with this.
Well,
Yeah.
Also gotta say
Very good
those.
first one.
Yeah, we're here for it.
I have a lot of questions still, so
I have
I'm hoping
lots of questions.
And I do want to see like how this procedure is done. I hope all that. I want visual. I don't want
Just to hear about it.
This is what I did. Like I want to see visually how this is done now for them to get severed into it. So hopefully we get some of that.
Hey, why are you holding on to
with
that
an-
slapjack?
An intercom. Well, and if you folks made it this far, thank you very much for that. I do want to know though, because it had a slow burn, did any of you have to maybe stop and then come back to this and give it another try? Because I know sometimes that happens with shows where you start something, you're like, maybe you're up against the time. I don't got time for this. They're not going anywhere.
Didn't hook you right away.
Did you have to come back to it? I'd love to hear the comments on that.
But hey, I'm here for it. I hope you all enjoyed us enjoying it because I think we're ready for this one.
I'm ready for the second one.
Appleton, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.